Hey, we're back at the allotment and we've got blossom on the trees, so it's time for an update. As you can see, things are undoubtedly beginning to sprout. We've got weeds coming through in the wrong places, but I'm going to get on top of that today. I'm just going to hoe as much as I can. Any of the bigger weeds coming through, I'll dig out by hand and just get rid of them completely. But yeah, you can see it is serious stuff at the moment, but anyway, we'll get that sorted. We've also got the raspberry canes that I planted along there. They're absolutely fine, and where you can see these kind of bags that I've put over these canes, I've started to plant some dahlias, so I'm going to talk you through how I've done that on this plot in this video as well. The medlar is looking so nice. Like, I didn't realise what a lovely tree it would be, but it is a really seriously nice tree, just for its foliage. I've also transplanted some rhubarb around the base of the tree. Might not be the best place for it, but I don't really have anywhere else to put it. It's looking a bit unhappy at the moment, but it should perk up, so it should be fine. And here's the medlar. It's so nice, the colour of the leaves, and it's got like burgundy tips. I don't know if you can see that. And those there are where the little medlars are going to appear. So that's really, really nice. And we have a bit of a disaster over here with this tree. I never did really work out what it was, but it was so unruly, and I've cut back loads of dead wood. And you can see it's such a strange looking creature, and obviously that branch has snapped. It is just way too top heavy, and it hasn't even really been that windy, so I'm going to cut that back, but I don't really have high hopes for this tree. I had to take a lot off it over winter. Anyway, I'll cut that back and we'll see. So yeah, so that's really the plan for today. Get weeding as much as possible, get all of that removed. I've got a few more dahlias to put in, so I'm going to talk you through that, and I'm going to cut back that poor tree that's had a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, let's see how I get on. Great, now that's done. It probably doesn't really look like I've done very much, but it has been really dry. You can see from the soil that the top sort of inch or two of soil is just completely dry. So with all of the tiny weeds that are very, very small, hopefully it will just disturb them enough that it sort of knocks the wind out of their sails a little bit, really. And anything that's more established, what's happened is you can see that basically you've cut the top of the plant from its roots. So even if that root is still within the ground, it's going to take a lot of time for it to start rejuvenating and growing again. So it keeps things at bay. You do have to keep on top of it. It's not sort of you do it once and you've completed it. Basically, you have to keep going. And as the plants that I do want to grow get established, it will block the light out of those smaller weeds. So if you keep on top of it, you keep them small, and you really tend to the plants that you do want to grow, you should end up with a bit of a balance. So that's the weeds mostly sorted for now. that didn't go exactly to plan. I don't have my tree pruning saw with me, or any kind of saw with me, and it just snapped off. So it's down, but I do need to come back and cut the rest of that sort of bit of branch off, because that's just gonna, you know, that's not good for the tree to have it like that. It's infection can get in and things like diseases. So I'll get that cut off when I'm next here in the next few days. But tell me what you think this tree is. I mean, I don't even know if it's a tree. Is it a bush? Maybe a gooseberry? Maybe a currant bush? I don't really know. It's massive. I've never seen a gooseberry, sorry, or a currant bush that tall. It's way taller than me. I think I'm probably just going to have to cut the branches right down. It's just way too heavy for the branches. The branches are way too thin for that amount of fruit that's already starting to form. But let me know what you think it is in the comments, because it's definitely an odd one. So I've got 3 more dahlias to put in today. If you saw my first video when I got this plot and I decided I was going to have a cut flower garden, you will remember I said that I was going to stick to annuals just to see how things go. But dahlias are not annuals, they are perennials, but who honestly can resist a dahlia? I mean, they are really part of the reason that I wanted to have a cut flower plot or a cut flower garden in the first place. So I haven't denied myself some. So anyway, let me talk you through the ones that I've gone for. So the first one I've got here, this is a blackjack. It's a really deep burgundy, almost black, quite a large flower head. I just think that kind of deep red colour is just so nice and quite unusual really, to have it so dark. So that's the first one I've gone for. The next one I've gone for is called Big Brother. So this one's like a peachy, golden, yellowy kind of colour. It's really vibrant. Again, really large flower heads on them. They're just such like a really happy looking flower, really colourful. So that's the next one. And then the final one, I know this one's really popular, and let me know if you grow this dahlia as well. It's Cafe au Lait. It's quite unusual, I suppose, really. It's really large flower heads again, typical large kind of dinner plate dahlia. And it's almost stripy, so it's like cream and pink and maybe a bit of mauve. And the petals themselves almost sort of slightly twisted and almost like shaggy looking. Really lovely dahlia. So that is the next one that I'll be planting today. So yeah, I'm gonna space them, I think about 40 centimeters apart, because that's how much space I've got left on this bed. They want to be you need to dig a hole that's at least the depth of the tubers. So you need the depth of the tubers so the tubers can sit, when you hold the tubers upright, they've got plenty of room to sit and not be squished together. And then you want the top of the dahlia, which I'll show you now, to be sat just at soil level. So you don't want it too deep, you don't want it too shallow. So these are the tubers. And this is the top of the plant, so if you can hold the top of the plant, you'll see that the tubers will hang below. So you want to dig a hole that's at least that deep, I suppose is what I'm saying. So I'm going to get on and do that, and yeah, see how I get on. water level in these holes to just go down and really let it soak away before I put the dahlias in, because I don't want to drown them. So I'll just give that a few minutes and then I'll come back and I'll pop the tubes in.